I've been carrying this weight too long, like a shadow on my soul. Smiling through the pain outside while breaking down alone. There are battles no one notices and scars no one can see, but you've been counting every tear that's ever fallen from me. I've tried to fix what's shattered with my own two trembling hands, but every time I reach for peace, it slips like grains of sand. Then I hear you softly calling through the silence and the ache. There's healing in the hands of heaven, mercy in the touch of grace. When my heart is worn and heavy and I can't find my way, you hold me like a father. You restore what I can't mend. There's healing in the hands of heaven again and again. I remember nights of restless fear when the world felt cold and wide, when the prayers I whispered quietly felt like they were swallowed by the sky. You were closer than my breathing. In the dark you stayed the same. You were working in the waiting, even when I couldn't see your hand. You don't waste a single heartbreak, you don't leave a wound undone. You can bring back life to places where I thought the light was gone. You turn the ashes into beauty, you turn the morning into song. There's healing in the hands of heaven, hope that rises through the pain. When the night is long and heavy and my tears fall down like rain, you are peace in all the chaos. You are joy that won't pretend. There's healing in the hands of heaven again and again. Hold me now, hold me close, when my heart can't carry hope. When I'm tired, when I'm weak, you are everything I need. You don't fail, you don't change, you are faithful all my days. And your love that always wins, it begins again, again. So I'll keep walking through the valley with my eyes on where you've been, 'cause the hands that form the mountains are the hands that hold me in. forever, and it carried me to you. There's healing in the hands of heaven, mercy in the touch of grace. When my heart is worn and heavy, and I can't find my way, you hold me like a father. Of heaven again and again. So I'll keep walking through the valley with my eyes on where you've been, 'cause the hands that form the mountains are the hands that hold me in. And one day I'll look back, smile at the places I've been through. From heaven, and it carried me to you. I came down to the river with a burden on my back. Sun was singing slow behind me, light was fading into black. Water moving soft and steady, like it knew just where to go. While I stood there lost and restless, with a heart that didn't know. Boots pressed in the muddy shoreline, hands trembling in the breeze. I didn't have no perfect prayer, just Lord help me please. And in that quiet stretch of evening, with the current at my feet, kneeling at the river's edge, with every regret I've ever said, let the water wash it over every tear I've ever shed. I surrender all the heavy, all the shame I never confessed, kneeling at the river's edge. I've been trying to outrun every mistake I made, building walls around my heart, watching hope slowly fade. But the river keeps on flowing, it don't hold to yesterday. And the grace that you keep showing is calling me to stay. There's something about the moving water, makes a broken man believe that maybe what I'm holding on to is something I can leave. So I bend these stubborn knees on the banks of mercy wide, kneeling at the river's edge, where your forgiveness covers me. Not because I earned a thing, but because you set me free. All the guilt I carried here is drifting out to sea, kneeling at the river's edge. The sky turned into purple, stars waking one by one, and I felt a peace come over me, like the day was finally done. You didn't speak in thunder, didn't part the water wide, but in the stillness of that moment, I felt you by my side. You don't wait for perfect people, you meet us where we stand. And sometimes the greatest miracle is simply holding out your hand. Kneeling at the river's edge, I leave my past behind. Let your living water clean the corners of my mind. You are faithful through the years, through every fall and misstep. Kneeling at the river's edge. Wash over me, wash over me. Every hidden memory, set my weary spirit free. Let the current carry what I cannot change. Let your mercy bury all my guilt and shame. I came here broken, I rise restored from this riverbank with a heart made new. Lord, kneeling at the river's edge with nothing left to prove, just a soul that found forgiveness and a reason to move. If the road ahead is winding, I won't walk it with regret, 'cause I found new life at the river's edge. Now every time I pass that water underneath the evening sky, I remember where you met me and how you heard my cry. And no matter where this journey takes these boots I wear, I'll carry that peace from the river's edge everywhere. There's a suitcase by the doorway full of miles and memories, boots worn thin from walking through uncertainty. I've chased a lot of highways under borrowed fading light, looking for a place on earth that finally felt right. But every town I settled in left something incomplete, like my heart was always listening for a different kind of street. There's a whisper in the distance calling out my name. I'm homeward bound by faith, not by what my eyes can see. There's a promise on the horizon waiting there for me. Through the valleys and the mountains, through the joy and through the ache, I'm homeward bound by faith. I've stood on hills of blessing, I've knelt in fields of pain, I've seen sunshine after sorrow and drought turn into rain. Every season wrote a story across this weathered soul. but none of them could satisfy the hunger to be whole. This world can feel like passing through, like I'm just traveling on, with a deeper destination that I've known all along. Not a house of brick and mortar, but a place of endless grace. I'm homeward bound by faith, with my hope set on that day when the road gives way to glory and the night turns into day, where no tear will ever fall and no heart will ever break. I'm homeward bound by faith. There are times I grow weary from the journey and the fight, when the weight of living presses and I long for clearer light. But then I feel your spirit like a compass in my chest, reminding me this wandering is not my final rest. You are building something greater than these temporary days, and every step is drawing me closer to that place. I'm homeward bound by faith, even when the path is steep. There's a city built of mercy where your children finally meet, and the scars we carry now will be stories of your grace. I'm homeward bound by faith. When my strength is almost gone, when the road feels twice as long, I will fix my eyes ahead on the words that you have said. You prepare a place for me where my soul is finally free, and until that morning breaks, I will walk, I will not shake. Storms may come, storms may race, but they cannot steal that promised place. I'm homeward bound by faith, with a steady, quiet trust, not in riches of this world, not in silver, not in dust, but in the one who walks beside me. Every step I take, I'm homeward bound by faith. So I'll keep traveling onward through the laughter and the pain, with a heart set on forever and a song that will remain. And when I cross that final river, I'll see you face to face. I was homeward bound by faith. I've been walking through the fire with the weight of who I am, trying hard to keep it together, doing the best I can. There are nights I lie awake with worries I can't explain, and I wonder if I'm strong enough to stand through the rain. I've seen plans fall into pieces like a house built on the sand, but even in the breaking, I'm still held by your hand. When my grip begins to weaken and I feel like letting go, I am held by nail-scarred hands, hands that bled to understand every fear and every failure, every broken, fragile plan. When the ground beneath me shaking and I barely feel I stand, I am held by nail-scarred hands. I've tried to hide my weakness like you didn't already know. Tried to outrun my reflection in the mirror of my soul. But you don't turn from sinners, you don't run from shame. You stepped into my darkness and you called me by my name. The cross was never distant, it was always part of the plan. Proof that love would go to any length to save a broken man. So when the storm is raging and I don't know where to land, I am held by nail-scarred hands, stronger than my shifting sands. Grace that covers all my past and rewrites who I am. Not by might and not by power, but by mercy, steady stand. I am held by nail-scarred hands. Scattered stars in place are the hands that hold my future and won for me this grace. They carry every burden, they calm the fiercest sea, and they're never too exhausted to carry me. I don't have to fight alone, I don't have to understand why the road is sometimes broken when I'm held by nail-scarred hands. I am held by nail-scarred hands through the fire and the land, through the valleys dark and low, through the places I don't plan. There is nothing that can take me from the grip of the great I am. I am held by nail-scarred hands. When I'm weak, you are strong. When I'm lost, you lead me on. When I fall, you don't let go. When I doubt, you let me know that the cross was not the end. It was love that chose to stand, and that love is still holding me in nail-scarred hands. I am held by nail-scarred hands, gentle, firm, and faithful hands. Hands that lifted up the fallen, hands that heal and understand. And when my final breath is taken, and before you I will stand, I'll still be held by nail-scarred hands. So let the winds come howling, let the trials test my stand. There's a peace that passes reason when I place it in your hands. And whatever lies before me, this will always be my plan to rest secure in nail-scarred hands. hours long and dusty underneath a broken sky. I carried all my questions and the tears I couldn't cry. Every mile felt heavy, like a stone upon my chest. I was searching for some mercy, for a place that felt like rest. I tried to fight the silence, tried to stand there on my own, but every time I stumbled, I was reminded I'm not alone. Through the weakest moments, through the darkest days, I'm still standing in your grace. Even when the storm won't fade, when the winds of doubt are blowing and my strength has slipped away, you are my foundation, my shelter and my safe place. No matter what I'm facing, I'm still standing in your grace. There were nights I felt forgotten, like my prayers were lost in air. Heaven seemed so quiet, I wondered if you cared. But in the early morning, with the rising of the sun, I felt your peace around me, like the battle had been won. Every scar's a story, every tear has left a trace, but they only serve to show me the power of your grace. You were there in every fall, you never turned away. I'm still standing in your grace, even when the storm won't fade, when the winds of doubt are blowing and my strength has slipped away. You are my foundation, my shelter and my safe place. No matter what I'm facing, I'm still standing in your grace. Oh, I remember all the valleys where I thought I wouldn't rise, the weight of my mistakes, the shame behind my eyes. But you called me by my name, said, child, you're still mine. And in the middle of my weakness, your mercy chose to shine. You turned my mourning into a testimony of praise, and now my heart keeps singing of your amazing grace. I'm still standing in your grace through every trial I've faced, when the mountains stand before me and the path is hard to trace. You are my salvation, forever I'll proclaim. No matter where this life leads, I'm still standing in your grace. Not by my strength, not by my might, but by your love that holds me tight. When I was falling, you carried me. Now I can see every broken piece you made whole, every wandering heart you brought back home. And I will trust for all my days, I'm still standing in your grace. Grace, though the seasons change, every breath you've given is a gift I can't repay. You are my Redeemer, forever I will say. Through it all, I'm still standing in your grace. sky turns into gray, I'll lift my eyes to heaven, and I won't be afraid, 'cause the one who walked beside me through every test I faced is the reason I am still standing, still standing in your grace. The wind's been howling through my window like it's calling out my fears. Clouds roll in without a warning, drowning out the clearer years. I've been drifting on an ocean I can't seem to calm or tame. Every wave keeps crashing harder, whispering my name. I've tried to steer by my own wisdom, tried to hold the wheel alone, but every storm just proved to me I can't make it on my own. When the waters rise around me and the sky is dark and gray, you're the anchor of hope in troubled days. When my faith begins to sway, you hold steady through the storm. You don't drift away. When the tide is pulling hard and I feel like I might break, you're the anchor of hope in troubled days. There are voices in the thunder saying I won't make it through, reporting at my broken compass, saying I've already lost you. But your promise cuts through chaos like a lighthouse on the shore. And I remember all the times you've calmed the seas before. Every tear that fell in secret, every desperate prayer I prayed, you were working in the background, even when I was afraid. And though I cannot see the shoreline, I can trust the hand that saves. You're the anchor of hope in troubled days. Through the fury and the strain, when the world is shaking under me, you remain the same. I will not be Let the wind keep blowing, let the rain fall where it may. I have found a firm foundation that the storm can't take away. And when I reach the other side of these restless, crashing waves, I'll still be held by the anchor of hope in troubled days. So let the wind keep blowing, let the rain fall where it may. I have found a firm foundation that the storm